Okay, and welcome to Medieval Engineers. Great to be here. So, brief update from the developers of the game. They've just tweaked a few things, added a couple fixes, made some rewards a little different with regard to the treasure system and so forth. So here we are, back in our world, Copperhill server. We are in the desert. We own the very north of this one, the very south of this one. Our neighbor over here. We have a new player up here. Here's Hedenshire, the biggest settlement that's run by the probably most active member of the server. Then we have this red barony, which is basically empty. And that's Faron for you. I haven't really gone through the map yet, so I'm just kind of going through. This is, let's see, the Copperhill house, which I don't even know if that's owned by the server or what, but I don't know who that is. I don't even remember what that is. But this guy appears to own 5 plots of land. I'm not sure. He is House Copperhill, so let me... The rule is you're only supposed to have... Well, they have plenty of members, so that they can use that many claims. My house, incidentally, only has 2 members, so my understanding is that allows me up to 6 claims. Hedenshire has 8 members. A lot of these other houses just have 1 member. This is a new guild or a new house. I think that one's defunct. I think that one's defunct. That one, we'll see how it comes along. That one is very strong. And these guys are pretty strong as well. Okay, so that is the houses, but going back to this. So there's where we are, and then this is Rents on Olivos. And... here's the Crazy Dane's castle. I have been there. It's pretty cool. This is the Scalabjorn Hold, which is also very cool. Not sure what that is. And that's the starting area, the safe area there. And then we have just the one settlement here. I don't think I've been there. Likewise, we have very few settlements up north, as well as down south. Although this is something, I think, it's, you know, relatively decent. So yeah, good stuff. I think a lot of claims have actually expired in the not too recent past, so that's something to keep our eyes out for. So I wanted to start out this episode by showing you this. Now this guy, I already had the windmill, and then on our last live stream we built the windmill to finish the quest, but I converted it. I actually destroyed the old one and rebuilt it, and changed this from a mine block to a joint, a down joint, and connected it up with this guy, which is an ore crusher, mechanical ore crusher. So this wind power is now crushing my ores for me. I don't have to sit here and hold the crank. This goes very slowly. I think maybe in the future I'd like to build a second one and see if I can connect it directly to the first one, but it gets the job done. Got a few extra grindstones, because these do grind down pretty quickly. But yeah, so that's what we're working on there. I had a harvest. So I thought maybe on today's exciting episode I would show you what we've been doing. Last night I spent an inordinate amount of time crafting and building up these walls. You may remember the wall used to go along right here, right where that windmill kind of is, because that was kind of the edge where those stairs are. And then there's this divot. This was part of the gatehouse, and then the other side of the gatehouse was right here. This was the parking for the tractor. Well, since I purchased this claim here, and I purchased that claim not even thinking about really which direction it would extend it in the extreme, but it extends all the way out to here. I'll show you. The green line is the edge of the claim, and I had to get a little creative with the gatehouse, but I moved the wall back a ways from the green line. It was right up against the previous claims line. And it goes all the way up into the mountain there, which is the main reason I purchased it. I reconstructed the barrio-style gatehouse. Which has the portcullis. Oh, got some lag there. This little guy. Which you can raise from the second level, which is pretty cool. And you can go up here and look out. We do have a sunrise coming up here. And then we have this side as well, which is symmetrical. I added these windows. These are arrow slits, so you could theoretically shoot arrows at intruders. And then I actually modified this to be inside the wall because we didn't have room for the symmetrical door facing out if we were going to build these walls nice and thick. So that is pretty much the wall, and then of course they come up over here. Very pleased with how this turned out. One thing that is going to be an issue is, you know, defensively speaking, there's a big cliff right next to our walls now. Oops, I almost killed myself there. And so we really need to build a couple of defensive towers along this wall to make up for the fact that an attacker could use the cliff as an offensive position. But I like this. You know, I like this. Let me show you this. This is like a ledge. I like how that turned out. The wall is pretty basic. It's mostly just cubes with battlements along it, but I went all the way up to here to prevent people from being able to simply jump in. There's something there I didn't notice before. 1 second. So I want to go check that out. There's like a carved path through the mountain that I didn't notice before. And it makes me think maybe somebody's been lurking around over there. But that'll give me a chance to show off something else that I've been meaning to talk about. Grab a couple of sandstone while we're over here. Wouldn't be surprised if we get attacked by barbarians. Alright, so a lot of people are coming on the server. That's always fun. I did add these to help stabilize this wall. Now, I think this would actually be a strategic problem in real life, because it would give the wall a couple of weak points that an attacker could aim at. So I may want to revise my thinking on that. What I'm looking at, guys, is up here. If I can make my way up this hill, which is always tricky. Yeah, I stayed up super late last night building and talking to Who-Man there, who's, like I said, the most active guy on the server. Had a good conversation. He's quite the conversationalist. We'll just leave it at that. Can't resist grabbing these sandstones. So after having finished that building, I felt like I should probably take it easy on the on the wall building while I try to recover some sandstone. So what I'm concerned about is maybe somebody came up here and started trying to carve their way over to my keep right up here, and I don't think it was me for once. Right here, you see that? That's the type of thing that somebody is going to do on unclaimed land to make a path a little bit easier to access a secured area. Let me just go around, see if I can figure this out. There's a campfire I've left up there. This area is kind of cool. I love these mesas and cliff sides. You know, that's one great thing about this game, is the graphics and the lighting are so well tuned that it looks very realistic, I think. Okay. So we're now on top of this mountain. By the way, I died a few times. That's why my shadow is female. Got our pajamas on, as the people in the game call it. Okay, so I'm going to circle back over here, take a look and see if I can determine whether somebody was trying to sneak in. It's also possible, although highly unlikely, that the divots I'm observing in the side of this mountain are caused by structural integrity issues. Yeah, I don't think anybody could really access that, so, or it would be really hard, so it'd be an odd place to choose to grief. So I think I'm going to say that I'm okay there. But let me come up here and show you what we've been doing from a bird's eye view, because I think this is useful. So, unfortunately, there isn't really a good way to do a diagonal gatehouse or wall. I mean, what I could have done is I could have done a wall like that, but that would have required a weird angle here that I just wasn't really positioned to make. So for now anyway, I'm going with this style gatehouse straight on. In theory, so obviously an attacker would have the advantage coming from this direction. So I'm not really too worried about the fact that the gatehouse is long like that. If the walls kind of are elongated like that. I've been placing these little pillar scaffoldings to kind of demark the edge of my territory. So that's where the edge is right there. You can see that when I pull up the object to build. Let's go in the cave here. I think last time I showed you the top of this mountain. I guess I could quickly show you that again. Very simple spiral cave that I dug out that's pretty user-friendly, and this is not even claimed land that this is in, so theoretically anybody could come along here and climb this, but it's a little hard to get to. And it leads all the way up here. Yeah, there was a Christmas update, they call it, even though it had nothing to do with Christmas. It was just the timing, I guess, where they just did some tweaks. So there's a lot of concerns about the server after the update. And almost to the top here, guys, don't worry. And once we get up here, we're going to see two things. We're going to see a window area. Here it is. Great view. I might build like a little ledge, maybe with a bench or something. Excellent view there, and then we can just actually finish going all the way up to the top and get a really good look at our kingdom, our castle. Okay, here we are at the top. I cannot grab this rock ever. I don't know why. Maybe it's too tall. Maybe there's like a world build height or something. So yeah, there is our castle, and the original claim is this sort of square area here, if you can kind of follow my cursor. And then the extension that we've recently acquired brings it out this way. Kind of like that. I don't want to get too close to the edge. Kind of like this. And it comes right into the mountain. And the main reason we got this is if you think about this tower building, which you can hardly make out, but if you see that, if you bring that straight back, it actually goes into this one more than it goes into, say, this one or the one we're standing on. These claims are all close together. I'd like to buy this one that I'm standing on, as well as possibly this one, which is the one located right down there, like right going this way. And the one I'm at is catty corner from the original. So yeah, that is basically what we look like, and I think it's actually a better view from the arch, but we've been doing a lot of building in the keep area down here, and I would like to continue constructing the keep, which I'm thinking is going to be mostly right in this area on the edge of these two claim blocks. Okay, should I suicide myself to get down? I think I should. I've never done that. I get so nervous doing that, even in a game. But here goes nothing. Alright, let me just practice. Okay, ready? No, I gotta practice one long jump. Okay, we can do this. I honestly believe this is a faster way. Ow, I'm gonna die. Ooh, that was rough. And my bag should go all the way down, hopefully. Nice ragdoll animation there. Yeah, I think this is actually faster than climbing all the way down. And in theory, my bag should be arriving at the bottom of this mountain right about now. There's my body right there. A little risky to do something like this. You know, because you don't know exactly where your bag's going to land and all that. But I figured it was worth it. In worst case scenario, I just have to remake all my steel tools. Okay, so that was fun. So with the 2 windmills, looks pretty cool. Not sure if there's any rhyme or reason to which direction windmills have to face. It just wouldn't let me build it in certain other directions, so that's why they're facing that way. This is my original windmill that Barrio built. I really should have studied his scaffolding because it actually works out really well. Like, he built like these arches on the outside of that frame, and then he built this one all the way up. So, I mean, I really like what he's done with the scaffolding here. And he was always really good at making things look cool. Like, these are just round timbers, I think. And these are just floors, but he connected them to make it look like a coherent object. One other thing I should mention that I did, since I've been on, is I added... So this bridge went to here and stopped, and then it was just dirt. I added this floor here that goes forward. And then I added these 2 that connect with this grid, which is at roughly a 45-degree angle almost. Not quite. I added these stairs, and I added this support here, and these walls around this little pedestal area. This is where the gold king statue is going to go someday. What would be nice is if I could build a Christmas tree and put it there for now, even though it's the middle of the desert. However, unfortunately, I believe the mod that allows Christmas trees is either not functioning, or I just am stupid enough to not know how to work it. Because if you go here, and you find that Christmas tree, where is it? Could have sworn there's a Christmas tree. Well, let me try this. Yeah, here it is. I just need 2 timber. Can I just build it? No, I can't. So I just don't know if it's a crafting table thing. I mean, it just looks like a tree, so I should be able to see that in here, right? By the way, with all of those quests I did on the last episode or 2 finished, I should be able to see everything. Yeah, I don't see it in there. We can take a look in the trader. I don't see anything in there. The trader has a couple of unique items, like this. Well, no, that's a sword, but like the lock boxes, or these display cases are all unique items, just unique to the trader. But I don't see a Christmas tree in here. So, I mean, I wouldn't be under the money thing, but is there a barbarian? I think I hear a barbarian. Oh, these guys. These guys, I tell you what. I mean, I'm not going to complain because it's free ore. There's 2 iron. But still, can ya leave me alone for a day? 2 more iron and a copper. Couple skulls. I guess the skulls, I'm told, are stacking as of this update. Yeah, there's 2 skulls there. So that's awesome. I think I'll be able to save up a lot more skulls. Or, you know, bandit trophies. Let me try this again. This is where you actually buy the things. See, I don't even know what some of these weird things do. Like the fish. I don't know what that would do. I would like a royal sword. It's $45. 45 gold. So I don't really want to spend that much money on it, but I would sure love to have it. The main thing that I'm trying to save up for is a gold ingot, which is in the money traders thing, I think. Yeah, I don't see the Christmas tree in this one either, so I think we're going to have to move on and look for something else. Hold on one second. Okay, so let's go back. What was I going to do? So I was going to finish showing you around just real quick. Obviously, this is the warehouse. We've seen this many times in these videos, but I keep filling it up with stuff. You know, cool. Barbarian stuff tends to go in these chests over here. I guess I'm going to put some cloth in there too. I keep putting more sandstone up here. This is my primary sandstone storage area, but I do store some. I do have other crates around that I can use. I went ahead and started putting regular stone in here because I ran out of storage space in the bin. The bins are over there. Yeah, so these are all going to stack. So watch this. I can actually... Yeah, that's crazy. That's really nice. So I can actually just... Well, let me leave that one, but I can... What I'm getting at is I can add another... I can just take these skull bins and add more storage for sandstone up here if I want. I should probably just craft a few more storage crates anyway. This warehouse is very, I would say relatively full. Okay, so another thing that we've been doing is we have been building... Well, the main thing that we've been doing, other than these walls... Let me just finish showing you the wall real quick before I go into the keep. Then we'll call it an episode. So the wall goes all the way up there, and then I made it come right up to this dirt, which is really good. That will make the farm a little bit more realistic, I think. I'm not sure what to do with... Once we get the water mod, I'm going to put water along here, and that's going to be fun. But until then, I'm not sure how to... like, if I need to... I might need to move the farm, honestly, because of that. So here is an area that existed before I got here. This is something Barrio built, and now we can access it through that stairway. And I feel like I want to put maybe like a floor here. Probably don't have the... Yeah, I don't have enough ingredients to make a floor, but you know, I could put a little floor here. Actually, I think I could do a scaffolding, but this would allow me to walk over this. If I could find a way to position this floor block. Or maybe I should do this. I could easily do that. So, you know, that would allow me to walk over here on the top edge of that. And this takes me to our little secret exit, our secret escape area, where I started my existence in this world, and this secret room, and then up over the arch. So that's pretty cool. Helps connect everything up. This was my secret lair initially. And I kind of keep that intact for nostalgia. I don't care. I mean, somebody can come in there and stay the night, use it, whatever. But I keep that around. But if somebody were to come up here, I mean, they could obviously come up here and then jump over this wall, and I'm gonna do something about that, you know, in the near future. But because this wall is actually inside this line here, they can't actually open that door. So this just comes down, and then in theory it meets up with this over here. I wonder if this didn't initially come up somehow and connect organically. And in fact, I think I might want to do that. Make this kind of a little walkway to get up there, because I always struggle to get up to that arch, and this creates a new connection for me. Okay, so there we go. So that's pretty cool. So now I can either go up and over, and actually I need to move this brazier now. Let's just put it right about there. But yeah, so I can either go up and over, or theoretically I could build like a little tunnel through there or something. I love these little cliffs, by the way, back here. They're so cool. But now I have a direct path to get up to the arch. And these little hills with the braziers are pretty neat looking, especially at night. Makes it look like there's like some event going on and people are like carousing in the hills or whatever, you know. Yeah, I like that. I think I'll keep that. Okay, so that is the hills, and then eventually we're going to build that gold statue here. Maybe I should build a stone statue for now. Gosh, it's been a while since I built one of these things. Is this even something I can do? I had to find that in a treasure. Okay. Well, that's neat. You know what, actually? I'm very curious. This is something that is new. This is the only one that you have to find in a treasure, and then I can build a king statue. That is neat. I did not know that. I thought that was researchable, and apparently it's not. Okay, so let's continue and finish out the episode now. So this is what is going to be our keep, and it is going to be all the way around here. And actually, I think I need to extend this one block over. The reason I need to extend it is because a drawbridge, I'm just going to put this down so I don't forget. Drawbridge, I'm going to have to extend that too. Yeah, I'll have to work on that later, but a drawbridge needs two doors. I mean, it's a 2 wide thing, and if I do a drawbridge right here connecting to this road, which I think will look good, I think this becomes a really good barbican. By the way, just real quick, in a barbican is the main gatehouse of a castle. I don't even know if it would be a barbican if it's interior in the keep, but probably not. So I do have this little workstation here, which I think I'll keep for now. And this is empty here. And then I wanted to show you this. I thought this could be like a learning room, like a scholar's room or something. So I put a couple of research tables in there. This guy here is empty as well, with this other than the light. And then it goes up to the roof here, which is clearly for military purposes. And I like it, but it obviously needs some work. And then this comes out, to here. And then we're going to take a look at what we've built in the keep so far. This is going to be interior of the keep. This structure will be more integrated into the keep. I really like this alleyway. So this thing actually goes down. I think I showed this off in the last video, but this thing actually goes down here, and there's like this back alley exit kind of thing. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put over here. Maybe I'll put like a wall and then like a treasure chest, or like a... I wish I could put like a guy, like a dude who gives you advice down here, or some sort of NPC, you know. But I can't do that right now. So I've got these walls, and then this is like a pathway across. It connects this grid from this building with this grid from this building, the main keep area, using a little creative wall walk here. One piece of creative timber to connect them, but it works out really well. I'm pretty sure that angle, well, it's not quite 45, but it's really close to a 45-degree angle. And then this goes up and connects up, again, not symmetrically. There is not a legit one-for-one connection, but this stairs, this cube cuts into the stairs. They actually connect really well, and so I had to get a little creative here as well. But and then this goes up into the mountain. This door is on my land, but the tunnel goes off of my land, and so it's one of those things where it's secure. See, there's the edge of my land, but it also allows you to just go out to a tunnel. Okay, so, and then this, oops, a little lag there. This comes down here. Got this pillar up there. Eventually I might connect some big ol' arch or something. And then this comes up here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do up here yet. I changed this roof to be completely one-sided slope. This platform I'm definitely going to make into something. Maybe a big building jutting forward this way, I think would be good, because I own this land back here. And then this comes up here, and this is definitely going to be something as well. As a matter of fact, I probably need to figure out how to get this connected up over to this side, because then I can make an even bigger platform to put some part of the keep on. Right now, I do have one medium statue of a king that I just kind of randomly placed here. It looks okay there. It's sticking out awkwardly, but I think I can do better. Coming down here, under this, obviously this is usable space. I'm not sure what I'm going to put here yet. I have some storage devices there now. I have this staircase that I basically made by taking a diagonal slope. Here you can see that on the build menu. And manually placing this stair as close as I possibly could. It actually basically touches, but it is not lined up, and it does not snap to the same grid. Here's my main furnace, my main kiln, secondary furnace, and then here is our main blacksmith area right now. I think this is almost certainly all going to move over to that area where the auto ore crusher is. By the way, I need to turn that thing off. It's probably just eating through my millstone. That's okay. Here is my treasury so far. I keep a lot of this kind of stuff in here. But I also have like a shit ton of gold ore. Let me just put all this gold ore on the same side there. So yeah, a lot of ore and storage and whatnot. And then these are the ingots. I have a lot of iron. Getting there with bronze and steel and whatnot. Some logs to make charcoal. And then this is my main like digging project. There's a room here, and I might just make some rooms like this and connect them to the keep. Maybe put a couple beds in it. I don't know. Then there's this one that has 2 branches, and then there's this one that has 1 long branch. Now this takes you to that window outside my castle. Not a whole lot of excitement down here, to be quite honest. But it takes you to this window, so you can see if the enemies are coming, and I guess that's useful. Keep in mind, this is not my land, I believe. Or, no, this is my land. Yeah, I'm in my land. No, I'm not. I'm in the one next to my land. But it's almost my land. And eventually it becomes my land. right about here. Yep. And then the middle door is the most interesting, so you can go straight through, and you'll leave my land at some point. And this goes quite a ways back, and there are a couple little tunnels that go different directions, but they lead nowhere, essentially. They lead to different stone, you know. And I think that the previous owner just kind of burrowed in one direction or another until he got to... See, this is going to be the edge of the cliff, I think. So that tunnel's right through the mountain. Could be, you could call it an escape passage that's camouflaged. But I think you just needed the stone, to be honest. And then if we come back here... Gosh, I don't remember which direction we came from. But I think this is the direction the tunnel goes. And again, getting this dirt on the ceiling, which means that we're probably just underground somewhere outside the mountain, which is dangerous. What I could do is I could dig through there and... ooh, that is a massive lag spike. I could dig through there and check it out and then cover it up with dirt. Somebody might see the dirt and say, hey, that's odd, but it wouldn't be that bad. I think I'm probably better off not doing that, though. Oh, one last thing. The main reason I wanted to show you this entire thing. If you turn right immediately, you come to this area, and this is where my claim block is, actually. For... oops. This one. It's basically the claim block that extends south and east. So it goes this way. And it's a strange place for the claim block, to be quite honest. It's the very edge of the claim, but it works. And if I wanted to claim this one, I could easily place a second claim block right about here. Or, you know, here. And it would be really easy to feed both of those at the same time. I'm trying to leave some little connectors like this as I continue to dig out this cavern. I think that's going to look really nice once it's dug out in a somewhat symmetrical fashion. See, I want the corners to kind of look like this. It is so hard, though, to get these voxels perfect. Try the corner. Yeah, these voxels are so tricky. Yeah, this is probably... yeah, I was worried about that one. Okay. So, you know, it's very precise work. That worked out better than I thought, but, you know, to get it to do that all the way across, like right here, this one makes me nervous. Because sometimes if you get too close, it can mine right into the next voxel. So, but that's kind of the general idea. I've created a large chamber here, and it actually Barrio started this. And then if you go up here, there's a second level, and I have the feeling that's gonna probably connect down to the first level at some point. And then if you go over here, I thought I went up to a third level. Oh yeah, here we go. So here's the third level. And then, you know, the reality is this really is very close to connecting to that spiral that I showed you earlier on in this video. I know my tools are close to breaking, but see, once this hits stone, it'll be really close to that connection point. And that's something that we're working towards. It's connecting our underground caverns with our above ground caverns. Okay, so that is it for the underground cave. Could start putting some cool stuff down there at some point. But let's close up. And here we are outside again. I love these arches. It is daytime. I mean, it just goes without saying almost, but water, once we have the mod, will be placed in this little area here for sure. It just, the second I found this area, I knew that this was water, even though there's no water there. And then this could be a little pond, or I could expand this, make it like a little edge of a pond, because it's dirt over here as opposed to sand. That kind of seems more like a fountain. Like, I hope we get like little waterfalls I can use. But that's the idea. And then, I could probably build these now. No, I need more sticks. Let me show you this. Now that this is all done. Oh, good. You know what? This doesn't use up energy if there's no ore in it. So I'll go ahead and get this going. That's 10. Well, I think that's about gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna do more building off camera, and maybe we'll do a episode of building on a stream at some point. But I'm gonna end the video now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Medieval Engineers.